Hi, welcome to your I Love Men method tutorial number 1. Make sure you have enough time, 15 minutes or maybe more, if you need to put some notes down, if you need to do some research after this. And then let's dive in, because this video will help you feel more beautiful, look more beautiful, get more attraction from men, and get confidence. Ready? When there is a man, we want him to connect with us, but we don't know how to invite him, how to call him. Well, this is how we call him. The method is called Dial a Smile. This first tool is called Dial a Smile because this is how we call and invite men. Remember my story from before when a family friend came over and he called later my mom and said, "Od nje mi klecaju koljena," which actually meant in Croatian, "She got me weak in my knees." What did I do? Unconsciously, totally unconsciously, I look at his eyes and I smiled. But because I was trained to avoid men, to avoid eye contact, I haven't been alone in the room with a man for years. So I knew I'm doing something wrong. I was so naive and innocent. So as I look in his eyes and smile, I shied away. But I loved that something that we had, so I looked again and smiled again and shied away again. And it happened a few times during the maybe 2 hours or so that he stayed. And each time I did that subconsciously. My conscious mind was, no, cut it off, cut it off. But subconsciously we were connecting, and it got him weak in his knees. He saw me, he saw my spirit, he saw my innocence, and he got weak. It's not that we want men to be weak, we want them to be strong, right? But we want them to be weak to our sweetness, not weak to our control and power, right? So, how to do this method? Dial a Smile is scientifically proven to work with people in general. If you have a salesperson who is trying to sell you some weird vacuum cleaner and you really don't want to buy it, if you're looking at his eyes while he's trying to sell you, you will have more and more distance and more disliking to him. However, if you're looking at his mouth, somewhere between these two areas, lower face, you will not have so much disliking. You may even like him. Still not buy weird vacuum cleaner, but you may like him. Because eyes alone may cause intimidation, especially with dogs. Says, don't look at the dog who is barking at you. Ignore. But if you look at mouths that are moving, you overcome the fear and intimidation from the eyes. So we are not so creepy and weird anymore. We become more friendly because this is the moving area. Also, if you have twins, there is a research with twins, identical twins. They both look at you, same place, but one of them is chewing gum. So his mouth are moving. It causes us to feel more connection to them, more softness. They are more likely to have, we believe, they are more likely to have more friends. They are likely to give you a raise if they are your boss, or not to give you a ticket. Unlike if they are a policeman, right? Unlike their twin brother, who is not chewing a gum, oh, he would never give a raise, he would fire, oh, she doesn't have as many friends, just because of the motion of the mouth. So make sure that you research everything so you know what's going on. Social research by Monica Moore explains the connection between that and how human eyes actually focus on certain parts and how it affects the way we feel about the people who we are with. So research that for yourself, and then we're going to get to the what to do. So now, this is practical part, what to do. Because men fall in love with eyes. They need that signal. We signal them that we are available. Drunk nerds and weird people will approach you no matter what. You will be sitting there, breastfeeding your kid, and your husband will be next to you, and a drunk man will come and approach you anyway. Gentlemen, they need your sign. But because male brain functions very focused on one point, they are not checking you out all the time. So if you smile, like I smiled to my family friend one time, they may not notice. Especially if you're in a larger crowd, they may think it's somebody else over there. So that's why we do repetition of those, as I did with my man. So a few times I smiled, I shy away, smile again. So he actually realized it's towards him. Plus we were alone, only 3 of us in the room. So scientifically, we need to do it for 5 seconds. My mentor, Dr. Pat Allen, she says 5 seconds a day, 5 minutes a day for 5 seconds. So use the 5 minutes of your day to know, now I'm signaling men my availability. And then you signal, you look at them for 5 seconds. And it looks like this. Long time, right? 5 seconds is a long time. But they will not know you smiling at them for the first 3 seconds because they're busy doing something. Their brain is focused on one thing. They're getting a coffee. But if you stop smiling after 3 seconds, because it takes them 3 seconds to see you, right? Or sometimes if you stop before around 2 or 3 seconds, they think, oh, she's just polite. She's not signaling me to come. She's just nice, right? So we want to smile when to the point of feeling so uncomfortable. My mentor, Dr. Pat Allen, she says, until you feel like a slut. Just, you are in a public place, it's okay, nobody will judge you, only you will feel like this. But a gentleman will get the signal. Oh, he will get it. Right now, my cameraman is nodding, So it's true, my dear. Man is saying, we believe that. So you do this for 5 seconds, then you take your glance away, then you may look again. 2, 3 seconds later, 10 seconds later, but make sure you connect again so he knows, oh yes, it is a message. He may think you're signaling to somebody else. He may think, oh, who am I to think that she likes me? Because believe it or not, men are also insecure, just like we are. So we want to encourage them. Now, how to make that smile perfect? I will tell you a story about my cousin. She is 9 months older than me, and when we were 14 years old, she had boyfriends and kissing and making out, and I was so shy and so, I had to get married first before I even had a first kiss. So I had 0 experience. But I was prettier than her. She is completely flat-chested. Her hips and her waist and her shoulders are same. She looks like a little box. Her nose is really crooked. Her teeth are crooked. And she actually has a little bit of cavity on her teeth. Because in Europe, we don't really care about our teeth as much as here in America. Plus, her eyes are really kind of slanted down. And she can get any man she wants. How do you do that? Flat, boxy body, short, little, nothing special about her. But she told me, she said, I don't have anything going on for me. Look at me, I don't have nothing, but I have my eyes. She would spend hours of her time looking at the mirror, posing and figuring out how to ignite herself. And then when she figured out she can turn herself on with her own eyes, she knew it's because of the messages she's sending through her eyes. We go out, we go to the coffee place or a restaurant. She said, show me who you want me to flirt with. I'll get them weak in their knees. So what she does, she programs the mind. She sends a message. We call it, it's not, we have to bleep this out. We call it F me message. She's basically sending, you like me, huh? Oh, you want me? Oh, yes, I know you want me. She is looking in a waiter's eyes, talking about food, but sending a message. You want me? Oh, I know you're attracted to me. And it may sound weird when you see how she looks, but when you see what waiters do, they cannot stop coming back to the table. Every 2 seconds, they are refilling something, coming, replacing napkins, serving her. She learned how to master the only gift she had in her mind, besides amazing intelligence and desire to enjoy her sexuality with men. So practice in front of the mirror. Practice to the point that you like who you see, you like what you do, and then the second step is do the message. Send yourself a message. Look at the mirror and send yourself a message. You're beautiful. I love you. You're sweet. I love being with you. You are sexy. You are attractive. I am sexy. I am attractive. Play with messages. There will be a point when you will see a little spark, and it will come when you are connected with your heart and everything. It's really like a magic. You will fall in love with yourself. It's so fascinating. It takes work. To me, it took me, because of the training as a nun, we never had a mirror. It was considered materialistic self-enjoyment to even look at the mirror. I would really just like quickly look, go away. So it took me a long time to practice that, maybe about 3 to 6 months of intense, I love you connection, but it worked. I know now that when I look at men in a certain way, I can activate something. Basically, we are turning the world on. If the world will be turned on to love and connection and focus and playfulness, love would be our superpower, right? So why not do that? Now, since men are visual animals, we also want to learn about yourself. So find out which side of your face is the one. Which side, normally if you put a piece of white paper and look at the mirror, how do you look? Then you cover the other side. And you will see that one side looks fresher, more alive. For me, it's a right side. Therefore, I part my hair that my right side is more exposed. Also, find out your facial attribute. Next, whiten your teeth. I knew that my strongest attribute is my smile, because my mom always told me, when you come in, it's like a sun is shining. Because if you look at my pictures from the childhood, I never smiled. I was very sad, unhappy child. And when I became a nun, I started being alive. And the happiness would come with me. And my mom would say, you bring the sunshine. You smile like a sunshine. But my teeth were really crooked. This one was going out, the front were over each other. So I straightened them and then I whitened them. This is very simple. Whitening the teeth is not a big deal. Baking soda, are so many natural or dentist ways. We live in America. It's very easy to do it here. So whiten your teeth. Very important. Take care of your smile. Next one is know your colors. We all look good in red because red is the color of our blood. Red is in us. But We all don't look good in the same shade of red. I look good in this red, but terrible in Ferrari red. I look terrible in black, but I look good in chocolate brown. So learn what color fits you. Learn what makeup fits you, what hairstyle, side of the face, your best attributes. So we can play with the best cards we got. Because you cannot wish for, I want to look like, Julia Roberts. You can't. You look like you. And your best foot will go forward. Okay? So to recap this video, this has been your tutorial number 1, Dial a Smile. Your homework for today is find your better side, whiten your teeth, figure out the colors that really work perfect for you, who you are, not for fashion, and practice every day, 5 times a day, 5 seconds a day with each person, 5 minutes a day. You can practice as you're sitting in a coffee shop, in a restaurant, in a lounge, or you can practice on the go. When you are walking your dog, when you are shopping, instead of just shoe shopping, shoe window shopping, man window shop as well. Okay? So activate that energy. And this is really fun part I will share now. When I was teaching this in my group class, there was a lady. She was the tallest of all, late 50s, maybe even mid 60s, kind of bigger, size-wise and weight-wise. And next time she comes and she said, somebody gave me his number. She said, I didn't want a number. I was just practicing. She said, because I didn't believe you. I didn't believe it will work on me. And then she just smiled and smiled. And the man showed up to her and says, hey, hello, how are you doing? This is my number. I want to see you again. Would you call me? She could not believe. So be ready for surprise. Be ready to dial a smile, to feel good about yourself, to connect with people. And if you have troubles about figuring out your best colors, figuring out how to smile, being shy, what to do about it, let me know. I'm your friend. I'm here to help. I'm here to help us all love men. You will get a video too tomorrow. Get ready and see you on the other side. Stop. I should not have. That was weird. What's your facial attribute? Can we cut here? Oh, yeah, next. So can I do this one again?